Hello, I'm Some Serious to Fame.
And I'm Moochie from Moochie TV.
And this is Some Serious TV. So today we are talking about another topic. We have some questions for each other. This segment is called the 3 S's: silly, sexual, and serious. But we also have another segment of the size queen, and we're going to get into a conversation about a celebrity couple. Okay? First off, we're going to start off with our 3 S's: silly, serious, and sexual. So, are you going to ask me first, or am I asking you first?
I'm going to ask you first, that's fine.
Okay. So, you're going to ask me a, serious, silly, or sexual question first?
I'm going to go with serious.
Okay.
And my first question would be, do you see yourself getting married?
It's the alcohol, y'all. I want to get married. No lie. The last time I thought I came close, but I guess not. That will be another story for another episode. But I want to get married. I'm not gonna lie. I want to get married. I want to be proposed to, or have to do the proposing. But more than likely, I want to be proposed to, because I feel like I'm the person that's being submissive. It's kind of hard to explain. I'm submissive and dominant at the same time, but more submissive. You know what I'm saying? If a person is doing the right things, I can be submissive. But don't get it wrong, I'm also a dominant person, which means I'm not gonna take no shit. If I feel like you falling off your part, I'm gonna step in and take care of business. But I do see myself getting married.
Okay, great. I have one more serious question. How do you feel about the grocery prices going up now?
Girl, this shit too high. Let me tell you. Bitch, I pay cash for my shit. Baby, that shit is too high.
I agree.
I go shopping probably, if I have enough money, I go shopping probably 2 or 3 times a week. Because I like to cook. So, yeah. I'm a big dude. I like to cook.
I can agree with that. Groceries are way too high now.
Yeah, like eggs still went up, dairy and
the doctor is telling everybody to eat healthy, but like when you go to the grocery store, all the healthy food is like damn near $20. Like,
okay, like bitch, $20 for a bag of salad.
I feel like I need to be like the Mexicans and grow my own shit.
Okay.
I'm doing too much. I'm about to get me some chickens and shit too running across my yard.
I got a big enough yard running and back. Girl, fence that shit in. Feed the ass some corn and shit. Girl, something. The fuck? Okay. So my serious question to you would be, what made you become a CNA or CPR professional?
Oh, that's a good question. Well, growing up, I had to help my mom take care of my grandmother, and I didn't know a lot about medical stuff then. So I feel like by me being in the field now, I feel like it was a few things we did wrong back then, but it's too late to address it now because she ended up passing away in 2016. But I like helping people, but I don't want to be that person that help people who's abusing my help, you know? But I do get joy from helping elderly because a lot of people are not patient with them and it makes them agitated, you know? And I take my time. I ask them what they need, what can I do for them, I get it done. You know, everybody's happy, but everybody can't be me, so.
True. And to kind of piggyback off of that, because I know where she's coming from, I used to work with, she's seen me as well, used to work with mental patients, and I used to work with elderly. It is not an easy job, especially if they're incompetent and they can't do for themselves and they're kind of feisty or whatever. It's not the easiest job, especially people with dementia, because they're thinking they're always getting attacked or you're trying to do something to hurt or harm them. So,
and see, with that, a lot of people get upset, especially as a CNA. Like, you have to know how to deal with dementia patients. Like, they're always, their mind is just going. You never know what mood they're in. I used to care for a man that was, I think he was 99.
Ooh.
And when I tell you that man used to fork me for breakfast every morning, and by noon when he's eating his lunch, it's sugar. But you know what? I wouldn't trade that experience for nothing in the world, because that man, to be honest, he did not have dementia. He just literally was old.
Mm-hmm.
Like, when your body gets up there at that age, you start losing yourself.
Mm-hmm.
And you can't reverse it, so you have to be somewhere where you can get the proper help. And helping him, I learned a lot versus all the other patients I had. I learned a lot from those elderly people. And all you have to do is take your time, and they can give you some wisdom for free.
Mm-hmm.
You can't beat that.
I used to like working with this older guy. He was 98. And he remembered everything from 1919. Well, that's when he was born, basically. But he remembered almost everything. And he used to have stories for me and tell me things. Mm-hmm. And it was a good experience because I get to sit there and listen and gain some wisdom from someone that's been there, done that, as well as he was able to do for himself somewhat, but he needed some assistance. He would pick on me by my weight. Oh, you're getting bigger, aren't you? I'm like, no, I haven't gained no weight. It's the shirt I got on. I look slim and black, and now I'm wearing red today. So, yeah, you see my stomach fully. But he was like, oh, you got a big old jug of water now. I said, yeah, I'm trying to drink more water and help me lose weight. Oh, yeah, I understand. I don't think you're going to stick to it because you love them sodas. But I hope you stick to it. And for that period of time, I stuck to it because I wanted him to see that I'm progressing. And for that period of time, I was doing good. And then he passed. One day I came in, he was in his bed. Usually when I come in to work for him, he's sitting in his chair. But one day he was just sitting in his bed, just laying there. He was up, but he was just laying there. I was like, yeah, it's not looking good. Yeah. And then the weekend passed, he'd have passed away. So
yeah, that's when you normally know it's time. They'll get to that mood where they're just not ready to do nothing no more. They just give up. Mm-hmm. But it's very good working with the elderly because you can learn a lot. They go through the same things we go through. And for them to been going through it longer than you have, why wouldn't you listen to that person? They have a lot of advice. And sometimes they can see stress in you before you see it.
Mm-hmm. I grew up around elderly people. A lot of old elderly people raised me because my mom was young. She had me at 16. So as far as grandma, great uncles and things like that raising me, it was a good experience. But like when my mom started doing for herself again, then I was learning little light stuff, versus being around the elderly. They was teaching me stuff, like how they used to do it back in the day and stuff like that. It's a different experience between young generation, our generation, and then the elderly generation because they teach you and, give you that great wisdom. But it's a very, very different experience.
Very priceless, I will say that. You don't find that kind of support from anywhere. They can be your biggest supporter without you even knowing.
Mm-hmm. Okay, so what's the next question?
I had some silly questions. The first one would be, when you are dancing now at 30, well, I'm 30 and you're 31? Mm-hmm. Okay. So now that we're 30, when you're dancing, do you ever feel like your knees hurt?
Girl, my knees was hurting right before I turned 30. And it's crazy because I used to dance on the floor and I'll be on my knees and it wouldn't hurt. And like now it's like, oh girl, I need some knee pads or some shit.
I tried to rock it like it was hot the other day. Oh my God.
Girl, that shit
my
was
legs
cold.
Just went.
So it's like, and then on top of that, my weight between my previous videos in 2018 versus now in 2022, And the pandemic, the weight gain, it plays a toll on everything because, whew, girl, if you could understand, I know you probably understand because the weight fluctuates and stuff like that.
Yeah.
But over time, between then and now, man, it's some things that I can't even do anymore. So I have to try to get my weight down to see if that will help. But now being older, girl, the damn knees. I don't even suck dick on my knees no more. Fuck that shit. Girl,
Speaking of sucking dick, that brings me to my next question.
Bitch, I ain't sucking no dick on no knees, girl. Lay across the motherfucking bed. Let me be a fat bitch and gobble you down, okay? I'm not doing that shit. That motherfucker, ooh. Baby.
So my second silly question was, could you shake your ass and then suck a dick at the same time?
Oh, girl, I do that anyway. I do that anyway, period. So, baby, if I'm giving you head and you ain't rubbing on this ass, then we have a problem. Let me know I'm doing good in some type of way. You already gonna be moaning, but shit, smack me on the ass or something. I'm gonna shake that motherfucker, okay? Period. Round.
Okay, I'll let you ask me your silly question.
Okay. Silly question for you is, would you rather be married to a nigga with a big dick that can't get hard, or would you rather be married to a man that nuts in 30 seconds every time?
Oh my goodness.
Girl!
Oh my God, I really need to think about
The
that.
fuck? He can't get hard at all. Big dick can't get hard. Or a nigga that nips in 30 seconds. Sometimes it calls for a quickie. Like, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah, but if it ain't big enough for the quickie, like...
Oh, girl.
I don't know how that's gonna go. Because it's different. Like, you can get a man with a big penis that can't get up, but you can figure out how to get it up. You see what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Some people, you have to stimulate their mind for everything else to flow. So
yeah, because some people don't like
that was a tricky question.
without knowing you. Because my ex was like that. He didn't know me. His dick would not get hard. I was like, damn.
Yeah, and I've been in situations in my past where I would have a little junt or whatever. And, you know, they would come over and be like, yeah, I want to do this and do that. But if you coming at me like on some hot boy shit, you ain't trying to get me in the mood, I'm not going to get in the mood. I'm not going to get wet for you. And there was this one guy, oh my God, I did not get wet for him at all. It was embarrassing because at this point he thinking, this bitch, she used up. She ain't doing that. No.
Yeah, you ain't getting it right.
You ain't stimulating me.
Okay, period.
Nothing
you gotta
you're
get down
doing
there.
is turning me on right now.
And you gotta get down there and be like a cat for milk.
No. Because if I can't do that right, then this is gonna fuck it up completely. Like we just might as well call it a rain check.
Girl, I just Well, me in that position, I would rather fuck a man that can probably do me in 30 seconds. Cause I ain't gonna lie, I had some good 1 or 2 minute men before. Like, quickies are good, but 30 seconds is
to me, a quickie
teasing.
is good if they can get their motherfucker right back up.
What you said?
That's a quickie for me.
Ooh,
if you pump fast, you better get that motherfucker back up and keep
or
going.
if you can come and keep going, nut and just clean up and keep going, then you might be a champion, okay?
I salute you.
I do got a little friend like that. He'll nut and be like, I ain't finished. I'll be like, okay. Be like, shit, the fuck? And I got him numb in 2 months. He gonna tear my ass up when I call him.
Okay, so for my sexual question, I have 2. The first one is, if you could marry 2 men, would you?
Hell yeah! Hell yeah! Ooh, girl. Ooh, Lord have mercy. Ooh.
Okay, I thought about that that question because, you know, Africans can have 2 wives and shit.
Right.
And a lot of people, well, a lot of men in Memphis, where we are now, they feel like they can have 2 girlfriends. So I'm like, okay, cool. If you're going to try to be on your African shit, let me create my own African shit too.
What you said.
You know what I'm saying? Like, they always think they can get away with unthinkable.
I'm not going to say this is what I really want, but push come to shove. You want to get out there and have fun? Okay, have your fun. Make sure you having safe, clean fun or whatnot.
Mm-hmm.
But don't be bringing all that drama and shit back to home. Like,
Child, if I could
let me just have a husband and a boyfriend. And the crazy part is if they get along and shit, I wouldn't mind looking at them fucking each other and I'll just sit back and watch.
Yeah,
like, I done been some shit.
For that yet.
I tried to get my ex to do some shit like that, but that's another story, bitch. But, you know, like, girl, I wanted to see him bust somebody else down. I was just gonna sit there and watch and play with myself and shit and drink the fuck, okay? But, yes, girl, if I could have 2 husbands, I would.
Okay.
Especially the way the economy going. I need you to pay the light bill, you go half with me on the rent, and I'll make sure we have all groceries. Period.
Okay. No playing.
Period.
So the second question I had was, what would be your favorite position when having sex?
My weakest position would be missionary, and it's because I believe a man can that spot, that G spot in a man's ass. Let me just tell you, for some reason, laying on my back in missionary position, that shit. If a man is doing it right and stroking right, I am so fucking weak. I'll be screaming like, bitch, help, help. like that is my weakest position. Like I can take dick all day from the back, but from the front, I'm about to run from your ass. If you doing it right, I'm about to run from you. But that's my favorite position, really. Missionary.
Well, I ain't got nothing to say on that.
And for you, name the worst experience you had in your 20s. This is sexual.
Ugh. Oh, I don't know if I should say that on TV. I can say the most embarrassing thing is when I went out. I had a babysitter. I went out with my sister, and I was drunk as fuck. I didn't realize that I was drunk until I was at this guy's house with her, and it was this tall red guy. And you know how I am about red guys.
Girl, I think I remember this story.
I ended up getting so fucking wasted. Like, I don't really remember how the night went. And then when my sister tell it to me, it's just so terrible when she tell it to me. But I'm going to tell you what I believe.